Good evening, everyone. The topic I will discuss is about the key elements of the database environment. So it includes the database management system, users, the database administrator, the physical database, and the DBMS models. So the first element of the database environment is the database management system. Database management system provides a controlled environment to assist or prevent access to the database and to efficiently manage the data resource. So, si DBMS, meron siyang steps and procedures na kailangan nating sundin in order to authorize us to access the data in the database. So, ayun nga, kapag hindi natin nasunod yung mga steps and procedures na yun, i-deny niya tayo. Hindi niya tayo i-authorize para makuha natin yung mga informations na yan. So, si DBMS nga, siya ngayon nagmamanage din ng storage and retrieval of data from the database. Si DBMS, meron siyang mga features. First is yung program development. The DBMS contains application development software. Both programmers and end users may employ this feature to create applications. So, yun nga, si programmers and end users ay may parang direct contact sa DBMS natin. Sila yung nagkakonduct ng mga operations sa database natin like retrieving, updating, and deleting data. And sila din yung gumagawa ng software na pwede natin gamitin para mas madali natin ma-access yung mga information sa database natin. Next naman is yung backup and recovery. During processing, the DBMS periodically makes backup copies of the physical database. Ayun nga, periodically nagba-backup tayo ng mga files para kapag may nangyaring disasters na pwedeng mag-cause na hindi magpa-function yung database natin, like disk failure, program error, malicious acts, is pwede natin ma-retrieve yung mga datas na yun. Pero si backup recovery, nililesen niya lang yung total loss na pwedeng mangyari. Kasi, hindi porket nag-backup ka, lahat ng mga informations na kailangan mo is ma-retrieve. Yung mga nare-retrieve nyo lang is yung mga recent lang. Hindi yung mga many years ago pa. Third is the database usage reporting. This feature captures statistics on what data are being used, when they are used, and who uses them. So, yun nga, from the word itself na usage reporting, nire-report niya kung sino at kung ano yung mga data na ginamit and kung kailan siya in-access. So, with those information, it helps the DBA to assign user authorization and to maintain the database. So, fourth, database access. It is the most important feature of a DBMS is to permit authorized user access, both formal and informal, to the database. So, ayun nga, si database access, siya yung pinakamahalagang feature ng DBMS kasi dito manggagaling yung permit na mag-authorize sa isang user na ma-access niya yung mga data. So, si database access, meron siyang three software modules na ginagamit. So, ito yung DDL, DML, and the query language. So, first is the data definition language or the DDL. Data definition language is a programming language used to define the database to the DBMS. So, DDL identifies names and relationship of data, elements, records, files sa database. So, sa DDL, meron siyang 3 levels. Ito yung physical internal view, conceptual view, and si user view. So, yung tawag sa mga views na yun is data views. First is the internal view or the physical view. The physical view is the internal view describes the Structures of data records, the linkages between files and the physical arrangement and sequence of records in a file. So, dito sa physical view naman, it describes the data structures in detail. It tells what data is stored in the database. Next is yung conceptual view or schema or tinatawag din na logical. It describes the entire database. This view represents the database logically and abstractly rather than the way it is physically stored. So dito kay conceptual view, it describes structure of the whole database. It focuses on describing data types, entities, relationships, and etc. Next naman is yung external view or subschema or user view. The subschema or user view defines the user section of the database, the portion that an individual user is authorized to access. So, external view describes database part of that user group is interested and hides remaining database from user groups. So, dito, si external, pinapakita niya lang yung mga informations na hinahanap natin. For example, is yung user from the sales department. Yung mga data na ipapakita is yung mga sales related lang. So, next naman, the software module is yung data manipulation language or DML. Is the proprietary programming language that a particular DBMS uses to retrieve, process, and store data. So, si DML is ginagamit for adding or inserting, deleting, and modifying or updating data in database. So, for example, si organization nag-decide siya na mag-switch ng vendor. Which is yung vendor na yun is iba yung ginagamit na DML. So, hindi na natin kailangan i-rewrite yung mga programs na ginamit niya. Ang gagawin na lang natin is i-insert na lang natin yung mga datas na yun. Next naman is the DBMS operation. So, di ko na babasahin yan. Ipapaliwanag ko na lang sa inyo dito. The overview of DBMS operation. So, dito, si user program magsasend siya ng request sa si user program magsasend siya ng request dito sa DBMS natin. So, yung request na yun is written on special data manipulation language. After niya mag-send ng request sa DBMS natin, si DBMS i-analyze yung request niya and i-check kung magmamatch ba yung request niya ni user dito sa conceptual view natin. Then, kapag hindi nag-match yung request niya is i-deny ni DBMS. So, kapag naman nag-match yung request niya is i-authorize siya. And then, pwede na siya mag-proceed dito sa number 3. Wherein si DBMS, i-determine niya yung data structure parameter or yung access method na gagamitin natin for retrieving the requested data. So, yun nga, ipapasa niya dito kay operating system kung saan dito na yung actual retrieval ng datas natin. So, with the help of physical database kung saan dito yung this storage device na gagamitin natin sa pagre-retrieve ng data natin. So, bali dito yung lahat nakalagay ng mga datas. So, after ma-retrieve yung mga data, is ipapasa naman dito sa main memory natin, dito sa buffer area. Dito sa buffer area, imamanage ng DBMS pa yung mga na-retrieve natin na data. So, after niya ma-manage, ito-transfer naman ni DBMS yung data na yun sa work location natin, kung saan pwede na siyang magamit and ma-manipulate yung mga data. So, yun. Next naman is yung informal access or yung query language. Query is an ad hoc access methodology for extracting information from a database. So, ayun nga, si query naman, siya yung nag-create, nag-access, at nag-modify ng data in and out sa DBMS natin. So, dito, si query, hindi siya nagre-require ng formal na user program since informal access nga siya. And, parang, hinahayaan niya lang dito si professional programmer natin na mag-retrieve ng mga data na kailangan natin in order to produce necessary management reports, the needed report. Next naman is yung SQL or yung Structured Query Language. It is a fourth generation non-procedural language with many commands that allow users to input, retrieve, and modify data easily. So, si SQL is authorized siya by DBMS to access data from the database directly without the need of conventional programs. Ayun nga, since informal nga siya, hindi na siya kailangan ng kung ano-anong programs para ma-access natin yung database. So, ayun nga, madali lang siya gamitin kasi nga informal siya and highly effective manner which it queries, manipulates, aggregates data, and performs wide range of other functions that run massive collection of data into usable information. So, dito natatakbo yung select command natin wherein ginagamit siya sa pag-retrieve ng data. So, si select command, ipapakita niya kung anong purpose niya dito. So, sa information na yan, sa illustration na yan, pinapakita kung paano nag-work si select command. So, ito yung mga selected attributes. Itong item, description, on hand, warehouse location, unit cost, VIN number. So, ayun, ito yung inventory natin. So, sa select command, pipiliin mo yung attributes na kailangan mo. So, from the inventory. Tapos, ita-type mo yung on hand mo na greater than 300. So, after mo ma-select yung attributes na yan and ma-list mo yung information na kailangan mo is after mo ma-click is lalabas na yung information na hinahanap mo, which is yung on hand na greater than 300. Ito yung NOT na 500, disk 1,000, and PAM 603. So, si select, ginagamit siya para yung mga maraming datas, sobrang daming datas is kahit madaming mga data, madali natin mahanap kung ano yung datas na kailangan natin by selecting the attributes. Next naman is the database administrator. The DBA is responsible for managing the database resource. So, si DBA nga, di ba nga kanina ko pa siya nadi-discuss na siya yung nag-permit sa mga users natin. Nagpe-permit sa mga professionals natin para mag-conduct ng mga gagawin nila. So, si database administrator is responsible for managing database resource. So, sa mga large organization, kailangan ng interdepartment or ng maraming mga administrator para mag-handle sa database management system natin. And sa mga smaller organizations naman, kahit isa na lang na may knowledge about computer service ang pwede mag-handle, kasi maliit naman siya, so madali lang and konti lang yung mga informations na kailangan i-handle. Ayun nga, si DBA nga, marami siyang mga duties, iba't ibang duties na ginagawa. Ito yung database planning, database design, database implementation, operation, and maintenance, and database growth and change. So, ayan yung functions ni database administrator. Sa database planning, develop organization's database strategy, define database environment, define data requirements, develop data dictionary. So, sa design naman, logical database or schema, external users view, subschemas, internal view of databases, database controls. So, sa implementation, determine access policy, implement security controls, specify test procedures, establish programming standards. So, sa operation and maintenance, evaluate database performance, reorganize database as user needs demand, review standards and procedures. For change and growth, plan for change and growth, and evaluate new technology. So, next naman is, itong illustration na to is pinapakita yung organizational interactions ni DBA. So, ayun, si DBA, siya yung pinaka-center kasi nga siya yung nag-o-authorize sa halos lahat. Siya yung parang person behind the database management system natin. So, ayun, si end users, parang magsasend siya ng request kay DBA natin, and i-evaluate niya to determine the user's database needs. Tapos, after niya ma-establish yung user's database needs, is i-grant siya ni DBA para i-authorize si user na ma-access yung mga informations. So, dito naman kay system professionals, ganun din. Before siya mag-conduct ng mga operations like retrieving, updating, or deleting data, kailangan niya munang mag-send ng request kay database administrator para ma-update siya, para ma-approve kung dapat bang i-delete yon, or i-update na ba, or kailangan na bang may i-add, ganun. And para para synchronize lahat. Next naman is sa operation. So, yun nga, bago gumawa ng isang bagay, bago mag-proceed sa operation, si DBA is in-evaluate niya muna yung database performance. Nire-reorganize niya yung database depende sa user needs. And nire-review niya yung mga standards and procedures natin. So, sa management naman, ayun nga, siya yung nagmamanage, siya yung nag-check kung maayos ba, kung tama ba yung mga informations na nilalabas ng DBMS natin. Next naman is data dictionary. Data dictionary describes every data element in the database. The data dictionary may be in both paper form and online. So, ayun nga, si data dictionary, para lang siyang normal na dictionary. Pero, kung saan lahat ng ng data elements is dinedescribe niya. And dito sa data dictionary is nag-share sila ng common view of data resource and magkaroon sila ng better na analysis sa depende sa user's needs. Thank you.